we estimated her survival at only 25% or less.
We knew that the hypothermia protocol was the best way to improve her chance of recovery.
I would never leave the room without kissing her on the forehead, but every time I kissed her on the forehead, it was cold and it was scary.
A young mother in the fight of her life, but did a high-tech use of cold, literally freezing her body, help doctors save her life? Well, you're about to find out. Everyone, please welcome Amy to the show. You all are witnessing a miracle up here because you are truly a miracle. You all have no idea. When I read your story, the fact that you went into cardiac arrest, 20 minutes without a pulse, tell me about that. You're a miracle.
I am. You know, because I was, passed out, I don't really know what it was like for everybody else, but I was never aware of anything.
But you know who was? Jacob.
I was. It was definitely the scariest thing that I've ever had to deal with, for sure. I love her more than anything. So to get a call to say that this person that you love is on the floor, she's not breathing, she's going to the hospital, you really, and there's no answers. There's no answers to anything. What happened, why it happened, how we're going to fix her, where she's going to go. There's so many things that run through your head. My kids, obviously that's a big part of it as well. So I was scared, more than anything.
And I think what's interesting about this story, for those of you who are wondering how cold plays into this, is whenever someone goes into cardiac arrest, during that period of time, there's absolutely no blood flow to the brain, except for the blood flow that comes from CPR. But what's interesting is the use of cold now is to protect the brain, because if you can get a pulse back, but there's nothing left in the brain, that's where this story is so intriguing, because you still, 5-6 days in, you still are not aware of what's going on. I think your biggest fear, you don't have any idea if Amy's ever going to be able to talk or walk again.
There were so many questions, and even 5-6 days in, we had no idea what we were going to get. There were, a lot of speculations as to she could wake up and there's nothing. I mean, we would have no brain function at all, because we still didn't know at this point, what we were going to get from that side of it. A good speculation is that she would never walk again.
And you were given some pretty grim percentages. And
yes.
There's a reason for that. Traditionally in medicine, after 10 minutes of not getting any oxygen to your brain, the likelihood of having higher brain function is very low. And you have been at least 20 minutes. And that's why this entire story is so intriguing.